Morning. I have been excited for today's topic in a video for a long time, probably going back to about 2014 when we bought our first soil aerator. So today's the day. Well, as much as this might look like a drag race of these four vehicles, it's not. It's better than that. And what we're going to be doing is putting this RanchWorx Aerator to the test, as well as a couple other things. So this is a video we've been wanting to portray for a long time, actually since 2012, when we started using RanchWorx Aerators. This is a video I've been wanting, a topic to discuss and a video to make. So long before the YouTube thing and any of the social media stuff, we've been wanting to talk about aerators and kind of just show why we use aerators. I don't know if it'll happen here today, it usually does, but you'll see sometimes people stop on the side of the highway and say, what is that thing? What are you doing? And sometimes, hey, can I hire you to come do my field? So we're gonna put a few topics to rest here on why we use an aerator and why they're so great on our farm. We've been itching to come play with this Deutz. Some of our field work that we've been trying to get into the field, as you guys saw in some other videos, wasn't with this Deutz yet. We're down a tractor in this 165 horsepower range. This year we had to sell a bunch of equipment, as you guys saw, to help afford our new seed drill. So we're a little lean on equipment this year, and so we've gone to Noble Equipment and said we need to rent a tractor, and they've very gladly stepped up to the plate. A Deutz is something I don't have a lot of seat time in. I'm thrilled to give it a try. Today we got a 6165 TTV deutzfahr tractor, the Warrior Edition, which is a bit of a special edition tractor. This one's in all black. It's pretty well equipped. It's pretty close to fully loaded, to my understanding. It's even got TopCon GPS integrated straight into it. Today is an air rating video. We're going to be pulling it here with this 165 horsepower deutzfahr tractor. The aerator that we have, that we bought here last fall, is a brand new model aerator to RanchWorx's product line. It's a RanchWorx SV series aerator, so it's their commercial grade unit. It's a single drum. They also make tandems and triples, but the aerator that we know and love on the farm is their SP series single drum. So this is a new model to RanchWorx. We were pretty fortunate to actually get the first one here late last summer. They came out with a new model called the 19 by 36. So this is a 19-foot wide unit. Our previous one was a 16-foot wide. We wanted a little bigger. RanchWorx heard our request, and as probably a lot of others, and they've now come up with a 19-foot. And this is a new drum size as well. We know and love the 30-inch diameter drums, so they now came out with a 36 as well. And this is a 19 by 36. So both specs on this aerator are brand new to the product line offering of RanchWorx. This is actually the first one in Canada. 19 by 36 SP aerator. So we might as well start the video with why we aerate, but to back up a little bit, this isn't some big sponsored plug video about RanchWorx. You know, we're not being paid to do this. However, they did give me a nice coat and jacket. They gave us a little bit of discount on this unit. Like I say, we've been wanting to build a video like this since long before we were even on any social media. We get a lot of people stopping on the side of the highway saying, hey, what is that? What are you doing? Is that a soil aerator? How does that compare to other soil aerators? You know, we get all those questions. So this video is to answer that. But just to start off, the reason we aerate, well, we want air and water in our soil. It sounds basic, but we're dryland farmers. We don't have irrigation, so the water that Mother Nature blesses us with, we want to store it deeper in the soil. We are wanting that water as deep in the soil as possible because we want our roots chasing it. The deeper the root, the taller the grass. Same as the foundation on a building. The deeper the foundation, the taller you can build. Our relationship with RanchWorx goes back quite a few years, and we love them. They will fracture the ground deep, deeper than any other aerator, I'm pretty sure, in the global market. They'll fracture the ground up to 24 inches deep, and we'll prove that today with a soil penetrometer and some other water infiltration tests. So stay tuned, guys. This video is going to be a little bit technical, but it's going to put a lot of these myths and curiosities to bed in regard to soil aerating and why we do it. We were able to borrow our agronomist's soil penetrometer here. As you'll see, we're using a 1/2 inch tip. And so we're going to use the inside radius of the scale. So the red, where it transitions from yellow to red at 300 psi. And we're going to just kind of show you how a RanchWorx aerator can alleviate soil compaction from an aerated spot to a non-aerated spot. So we'll just go here somewhere behind where we just aerated. Okay, so we're hitting 300 psi at a depth of 23 inches. Realistically, I started feeling it at probably about 22. So let's call it 22 inches, where we felt about 350 psi of pressure. Obviously, this is a non-aerated pass. 350. So on the non-aerated, we hit the same 350 psi at just over 14 inches. 8 extra inches of hard pan was alleviated in that aerating pass. And in all honesty, it probably wasn't the best spot to even check the aerated pass because I was actually slowing down here, and this is where the tractor stopped at the end of the pass. Soil aerators, I actually can only speak for the RanchWorx because that's all I've ever run, but they're like a VT tool, vertical tillage tool. They like speed. So when I was slowing down here, it probably wasn't actually doing as good of a job as far as the depth of fracture. So we compared, again, essentially a less than ideal but still aerated pass to a completely native non-aerated pass, and still saw 8 inches of difference. All right, so now we're going to show you why that matters, that soil penetrometer reading matters. We are going to take 2 cubic meters of water and take 1 cubic meter of water and dump it on aerated ground versus non-aerated ground, and show you the amount of area that it takes for that water to percolate in and the amount of time that it takes to pour in or to percolate in. So it essentially gives you an impression of how fast, if you did have a torrential rain or a large irrigation dose of water, how fast that water is actually absorbed versus sitting at the surface to be evaporated. So a 2-inch line, we're going to set a timer from the time that we start releasing water to the amount of time it takes to not see any standing water. So again, this is a 2-inch line. We're going to be dumping a cubic meter of water. So we're going to measure the amount of time that it takes for any standing water to percolate in. We're going to mark that with not only flagging tape, but flags. So the bright orange are going to be aerated, and the red are going to be on non-aerated ground. We are going to start the timer as soon as I crack the valve. And as the water's coming out, I'm also going to be marking this with flagging ribbons. Starting the timer. All right, now that we've dropped the water on the aerated spot, we're gonna move the truck, I don't know, 30, 40 feet that way. Same field, same conditions, same day, just 30 feet that way, and see how the same test results over there. All right, red flags for non-aerated, and we are going to start the timer and open the valve. Wow, maybe I should have moved the truck. The water's got some momentum to it. So as you can see, the water is full on traveling on the surface of the soil. If you compare it to when we did the aerated area, it sat and percolated in. There's a full-on current here, and the field hasn't changed in topography in this 30 feet. This just shows the water is not percolating down, it's traveling, because that's an enormous amount of water. 1 cubic meter. Whoa! Okay, standing water. Oh, it's still. There's still standing water, but we'll call that the end of it. All right, red for non-aerated. Orange for aerated. Oh, that was a bit of a hustle, hey? Well, in all honesty, I just noticed that the non-aerated side even had an advantage. There's a gopher hole right here. And, well, the gopher hole is about the size of that tube. So there was an enormous quantity of water hitting that gopher hole. The other one, I looked and I didn't see any gopher holes. So we're just not going to take that into consideration. However, that little hole there, well, that 3-inch hole probably took on quite a bit of water. It's 20 inches from the spout of that hose. Whew. We're going to take some measurements, and you guys will see in the drone imagery, but the non-aerated area of the water dump, the 1 cubic meter dump, is significantly bigger. It's at least twice the size of the aerated pass where we dump the same single cubic foot of water. We are on the same ½ degree slope here. There's no difference in those two spots. We actually probably should have moved further away because the non-aerated ended up traveling on the surface probably within 5 feet of the aerated. So you saw the soil penetrometer test on non-aerated versus aerated, and now you've seen more of an agronomic result or environmental result of the water. Just did some rough calculations. So the non-aerated side of this experiment took roughly 494 square feet of area for the water to percolate into the ground, and it took a significant higher time, which is posted right here, to get rid of any standing water. So that's what this time means here, is the amount of time it took for the standing water to go away. The aerated side, this is where it's impressive. It was a 30% decrease in square footage. So the square footage is roughly 345 square feet. So the fluorescent orange flags, and a significant shorter time. The time will be posted here. That time, again, was to the point that there was no more standing water on top of the soil. So
drastically smaller footprint and drastically faster water absorption. From an erosion perspective, if you are anybody that's concerned about erosion, let alone the health and sustainability of your soil and the crop yields, outside of all of that, if you are anybody that is concerned about erosion, aerating might be a ticket for you. So again, this isn't some big plug for RanchWorx. We've become friends with RanchWorx over the years. Our relationship's going back 10, 11, 12 years now. So yes, we are an advocate of their product. We will rep a product that works as well and that we are as happy with. So this isn't some big sponsored plug. These are just the facts. If you are relying on Mother Nature for your water absorption, well, sometimes you may need a little mechanical help, and a no-till aerator is probably one of the easiest way that you're going to store more water in your soil. Okay, thanks again for watching, guys. And if you haven't already, we're also on Instagram, official Farming Ain't Easy. Check us out on there. There'll be some behind the scenes stuff, a little bit more of the daily stuff. We want to keep our YouTube channel pretty focused, but you'll find some other stuff on Instagram. So please give us a follow, official Farming Ain't Easy.